let's talk about work-life balance, how you balance doing porn with the rest of your life, and how all that works for you, and what goes on in your life when you're not in front of the camera, et cetera, et cetera.
I don't do anything. What's porn? As we just discussed, I've done a lot of work in the past few months.
Yes.
That is kind of a retarded amount of work.
That's a lot. You filmed quite a bit in a very short amount of time.
And a lot of it was east to west coast, so I've done a lot of traveling in the past few months as well.
Racking up the miles.
Oh yeah. But that's kind of the thing is like, I just moved to Florida in May, and for 3 months I was gone for like 3 weeks out of each month. Because not only was I doing porn, I was also doing go-go dancing gigs. Like for Matinee in San Diego back in, I guess that was September. I mean, I didn't work Matinee, but I had 6 dance gigs in 4 days.
Oh wow.
Like, so I had a couple of daytime gigs and
Right.
then obviously the nighttime gigs.
Right.
So I've been doing a lot of go-go dancing in different places, and then I started escorting, and so I've done a lot of traveling for all these different things. So I haven't been in Florida that much, but when I am in Florida, I've got this good group of friends that we play volleyball every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday.
Nice.
I do have a regular dance gig when I am home on Friday and Saturday night at Hunter's, which is right there in Wilton Manors.
I didn't know Hunters was that far. I mean, we have Hunters out here. I didn't know
Right,
that.
we have Hunters in Palm Springs.
Yeah.
So the same owner.
Okay.
Hunters in Palm Springs and Hunters in Fort Lauderdale.
Okay.
The owner. Okay, so the owners are it's a couple, but one of them in particular is extremely sexy, and he kind of hits on me every time he's in Fort Lauderdale, and I kind of hit back.
Oh yeah.
No, that's a little side note. So when I'm at home though, like I also play softball. So I play volleyball and softball competitively. So I've also traveled for both of those.
Okay.
So essentially I don't spend much time at home.
No.
Or haven't been.
Your life is on the road.
It is. But I'm trying to actually spend more time at home because of obvious reasons. Like, I mean, who doesn't want to have time at home? But I am trying to work a little bit more. I'm about to try to do, to learn how to be a bartender.
Nice.
Because, I mean, if I started drinking when I was 12, I should know how.
Yeah.
And so I'm about to transition
One
to
things.
Right. So I'm gonna try to start bartending a little bit, and then so I would have to be home to work.
Right, of course.
And then I also am about to start working. I mentioned that I did music, so I'm about to start working with a vocal coach again, trying to get back into music.
Excellent.
Trying to take that a little bit further. Yeah. So the next few months should be interesting. It should be a good transition. I mean, not that I'm transitioning out of porn, because I'm still going to do porn.
Right, but you want to be able to focus more on being at home.
Yeah, on being at home, working on music.
Not living on an airplane.
Right. And that, I mean, I could still shoot the same amount of scenes. It would just be in one trip.
Right.
So, like, instead of coming to the West Coast to work in LA for 2 days and then flying home and then coming back to San Francisco to do 2 scenes, I can do LA 2 scenes, fly up to San Francisco, do 2 scenes, and then fly home.
And then be home for an actual real amount of time.
Right, because I would also someday, don't quote me on this because I'm a heartless bastard, but I might want to fall in love someday. So I might want to be able to settle down.
It's a little easier to do if you're not living on a plane.
Right, well, I mean,
unless you're with a pilot, or, you know.
Well, that could be fun. Yeah, so trying to just figure out a happy balance there.
Right.
I mean, it's definitely been fun, and I love it. I love traveling. I love going east to west coast. I love all the events I've done. I've enjoyed being in porn. So it's like, it's fun, and I'm ready to see where the next step's going to be, because I have been working so much. Right now, it's kind of this transitional period of, do I continue getting as much work, or is it going to slow down, or, I mean, what's going to happen? Because this month so far, I haven't shot anything this month. I don't really know what day it is. I don't think that's really bad. I do have, but I only have 1 scene set up for this month.
Okay.
For now, that could change. But for now, I only have 1 scene. So it's like, compared to previous months, that's a huge slowdown.
Right.
So we'll see what happens.
So the music aspect, what kind of music do you want to get into?
I always feel a little awkward whenever I'm trying to like explain my style. I actually want music to be a career, and it would be, I think, every musician's dream to be a famous musician.
Of course, that's what we all want.
Right, so...
Fill arenas!
I don't know what that means. Anyways, I would rather be like the gay Demi Lovato.
So young.
No, but for me, I really like... I like slower things. I like the British pop is kind of what I call it, where it's like Adele, Ed Sheeran, people like that. That's more my style, because they don't really have a particular style. They can kind of just, if they want to throw some jazz in, they can throw jazz in, and it's gonna sound like, it's just like, oh, that's Adele.
Right.
That's phenomenal, but that's Adele.
So you're looking for versatility. You don't want to get pigeonholed.
Right. Well, it depends on what we're talking about.
Music.
Oh, yeah, in that case.
No, that's good to aspire to, I think, because so many musicians do wind up getting pigeonholed. Some studio says you must sing this kind of music, and then they can't do what they want.
Right.
So.
And I think that was kind of one of my favorite things about like Taylor Swift is, you know, she had, she started out as a country singer,
right.
And while she was good for country because she can write really well, it just didn't suit her. Which now she gets to do a little bit more pop, and she gets to perform, and she gets to do all these things. So now she's one of the best known performers in the world right now. And that's why, because she's a versatile person. Right. She gets to do what she wants to do.
Right.
However, I've been interested to find out that it's supposedly going to be hard for me because I'm in porn. This is what people have told me.
Because you're in porn, you're not going to be able to get into music?
Because
like,
I'm not going to be able to get into, like, it scares people away in acting and music world.
Which is ridiculous, because plenty of people have done porn way back in the day, and they're mega famous now.
It cracks me.
The whole thing, the world is afraid of sex.
But sex sells, so it's like that doesn't make sense.
No, America is afraid of sex, is what America is afraid of sex, is what it is, and that's ridiculous to me.
Yeah, such is life.
Well, hopefully that is something that you'll be able to do, and they won't hold that against you.
Yeah.
I think it's possible. I mean, views are changing slowly.
Well, I don't see why what I do with my image now has anything to do with my voice or my style or whatever as a musician, because the thing is if you like my music, it doesn't matter about the person behind the music if you like the music, which, I mean, musicians obviously disagree with that, but for a majority of the world, that's kind of how it works, because they're not worried about the person singing or the backstory of that person. They're kind of more worried about what are the words, what are the lyrics, or what's the music sound like compared to this and this and this, and does it fit with this? And I mean, obviously, as a musician, I like to look at the person that's singing it and kind of know a little bit about them.
Right.
There's not many people that are worried about that, though. So I'm like, I don't feel like it should really be.